Okay, so what if I told you that one single feeling could radically change your health, your relationships, and even your bank account? Today, we're diving into a book called The Magic, and it makes that exact claim. It says there's one force that shapes absolutely everything in your life. That's a pretty bold statement, right? Well, let's see what it's all about.
So there it is, the single most powerful force in the universe. Wow, that's a huge claim. The book isn't just talking about a nice, warm, fuzzy feeling here. It's positioning this as a fundamental law of reality. The whole idea is that by consciously, deliberately practicing gratitude, you tap into this incredible creative power. So the big question is, how in the world is that supposed to work?
Right, so the book argues that gratitude is way more than just being polite or having good manners. It's described as an actual energy, a force that works based on a really simple, predictable rule. You can almost think of it like a magnet for your life. And getting a handle on this one principle is supposedly the key to, well, everything else.
And here it is. This is that simple law. Whatever you genuinely appreciate grows. It literally appreciates in value, like an investment. And of course, the flip side is true too. A lack of gratitude, or focusing on what you don't have, just attracts more of that lack. This one single idea is the engine behind the entire 28-day practice.
Okay, so theory is one thing, but how do you actually put this into practice? What do you do? Well, the book doesn't start with anything big or complicated. It kicks off with two incredibly simple daily habits, one for the morning and one for the evening, and they're designed to start rewiring your brain for gratitude right away.
First up is the magical morning. The practice itself couldn't be simpler. Before you do anything else, you list 10 blessings in your life. But here's the crucial part, and you can see it right there as step 3. You have to actually feel the gratitude for each one. This isn't just about making a checklist. The whole theory is that this feeling sets your emotional frequency for the rest of your day.
And then, to close out your day, there's the magic rock. The idea is you find a small, smooth stone, something that just feels good in your hand. And every single night before you go to sleep, you hold it and you think back on your day. You find the single best thing that happened and you say thank you for it, really feeling that gratitude deep down. It's a simple little ritual that helps lock in that positive mindset while you sleep. So, you've got these two simple daily habits, the morning list, the evening rock. But what's the point? Well, the book argues that these little practices create this massive ripple effect. They start to transform the biggest, most important areas of your life, starting with the people around you.
So when it comes to relationships, the idea is that complaining is like a poison and appreciation is the antidote. Even if you're in a tough relationship, the practice suggests that by just privately, to yourself, finding things to appreciate about the other person, you can shift the entire dynamic. You change your own feelings first, and often, their behavior just kind of follows along.
And what about money? It's the same exact logic. Complaining about not having enough just creates more of that feeling of not enough. So the antidote? Be genuinely grateful for every single dollar you have right now and for all the money you've ever received in your life. This is supposed to shift your entire mindset from scarcity to abundance, totally changing your energy around money to attract more of it.
And this idea even extends to your health, really highlighting that mind-body connection. The thinking here is that gratitude itself is a kind of healing energy. So by actively thanking your body, your heart for beating, your lungs for breathing, your legs for carrying you, you reduce stress and you create this internal environment that supports your well-being and vitality.
Of course, let's be real. It's not always easy to feel grateful, right? Life happens. The source material identifies one major obstacle that just blocks all of this magic from working: negativity. Complaining, worrying, blaming, all that stuff is seen as the direct opposite of gratitude. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. It's like two opposing forces. Negativity drains your energy and just pulls in more problems. Gratitude, on the other hand, creates energy and helps you see solutions. The book is really clear on this. They are mutually exclusive. You can only be in one of these states at a time.
And this right here, this is the ultimate tool. The moment you catch yourself complaining or worrying, you can consciously, intentionally switch to finding something, anything, to be grateful for. The two feelings just can't exist in your mind at the same time. It's like an instant pattern interrupt that just neutralizes that negative pull.
Okay, so you do this for 28 days. But how do you take it from an experiment and turn it into a genuine way of life?
How does gratitude become your default setting and not just another chore on your to-do list?
Well, it really boils down to a few key principles to make this a lifestyle. It all starts with consistency, making that morning intention and evening reflection a non-negotiable part of your day. Then it's about resilience, using gratitude as your go-to tool when things get tough. Over time, that brings clarity, helping you see what really matters. And finally, action, because actually saying thank you out loud to people magnifies the whole effect.
And that really brings us full circle. The entire practice, the whole book, it all boils down to this single, continuous choice. So I'll just leave you with this final thought, so you can put the magic into practice immediately. What is one thing, however small it may seem, that you can be truly grateful for, right here, right now?